Diamante, good to see you.
Awesome. It's good to see you, man.
Where the hell are you? You look like you're hanging out outside of a hotel room or something.
I'm actually in Sherman Oaks, California, and this is like an apartment complex. And because you can't really go anywhere, I figured this would be the place to do this.
Well, at least you're getting some rays.
Oh, I know. Vitamin D. I wish I was at a hotel.
Yeah, well, yeah, so, something with a cushy pool and a hot tub, perhaps.
Oh, yeah, totally.
Diamante Azzurra Bovelli. Yes, did I pronounce that correctly?
I'm so impressed. That is perfect.
Okay,
Yeah.
it's quite a mouthful. You know, my biological name is Francisco Javier Oliveira. So I'm somewhat well-versed at pronouncing names that have Latin origin, or in your case, Italian, I would imagine?
Italian and Mexican. So Italian on my dad's side and Mexican on my mom's side. And Diamante came as sort of like a compromise because it means diamond in each of their languages.
Okay, well, that makes sense. Okay, so Italian and Hispanic, does that make you a great cook? And if so, what's your favorite meal to cook?
You know, it's funny. I'm actually a terrible cook. It's so bad. I'm really like ashamed by this because my dad is the best cook I've ever met. And I don't know. I just didn't get that gene for some reason, but I can make a mean scramble.
Well, yeah. I mean, it takes a real pro to screw up scrambles, right? Okay, so what was your dad's? What was the favorite meal that your dad used to make growing up? What was it?
Oh, favorite meal. It was very much Italian, but he made the best steak and he made the best pastas, like with like seafood pasta or ragu, which would be like sort of like a meat pasta. And he'd get really creative, like bacon and egg pasta, but just so good.
Wow, interesting. I like the idea of bacon and eggs pasta. I'll have to see if I can deconstruct that one of these days. Quick question, and this is probably absurd, and you might think I'm an ass for even asking this, but is there like an over-the-counter color code, a designation for the hair, or do you just like have a really large bill from your hairdresser every month?
Well, I do go to my hair girl to bleach my roots because I can't do that stuff myself.
Right.
But as far as the color goes, I just go get Arctic Fox. They a lot of times they just send me their hair dye, and I will just I do a custom mix of two of their shades of blue. One's called Aquamarine, the other's called Poseidon, and I just mix it, and this is what you get.
Wow. Very, very cool. So have they signed you up for a sponsorship or something like that? Do they send you the product and you talk about it?
Yeah, pretty much. I go out on, well, not now, obviously, but when I would go out on tour, I would hit them up and say, hey, I'm going to be gone for X amount of weeks and I'm going to need a lot of dye. Yeah. So they'll just send me a box of like 20 bottles. It's awesome. Very
cool. How did you spend your 4th of July? Have you ever think of maybe doing the red, white, and blue thing to celebrate?
You know what? The funny thing is the only colors I've ever dyed my hair have been bright red, basically like white blonde, and then this blue. But on 4th of July, I just hung out with, family, and we heard the fireworks in the distance, sat around and, had drinks and just chilled.
Okay, well, that's cool. It's such a strange time that we're living in, and it's interesting. Yeah. The last time that you and I met, and I don't know if you remember this, but here in Reno, I was coming out of the backstage area. I'd had a few cocktails, and I see this beautiful, bright blue-haired woman sitting down on this couch with a couple of friends. And I walked over and I said something like, "I've got a friend of mine who would really dig your hairstyle." And we exchanged some words. Yeah. I went to the bathroom and then I said, "Wait a minute, that was Diamante." And I never put one and one together and thought, well, why the hell would she be up here? You mentioned that you were hanging out with a friend. And I never went into greater detail with that. And then all of a sudden, fast forward to now, was that friend Ben Burnley from Breaking Benjamin?
It sure was. Okay. Yeah, I was just there, being kind of secretive about, "Oh, Dia, what's up? Why are you here? In Reno, Nevada? That's kind of random." And I would just say, I just came to see the Breaking Benjamin show. Just came to hang out.
Okay, very cool. Tell me about that relationship with Ben, aside from the music. Anything else going on there? Anything scandalous? Something we can scoop in this interview?
No, but we do both really like the video game Skyrim. So we first started bonding because the first time I toured with them was back in 2018. And
Right.
we just, and that was when I was going out to just sing Hear Me Now with Bad Wolves, because Bad Wolves was the opener on that tour. And then flash forward April, I was able to open up for Breaking Band and then do the whole summer tour. And, we just kind of clicked on video games because
Okay.
he's a big gamer and I really like the video game Skyrim. And like him and the rest of the band were always super nice. And, flash forward even a couple more months, and I was going to do this cover of Iris by the Goo Goo Dolls, and I knew that I wanted it to be a duet. And I was thinking, who could I have on this song? And I just immediately went to Ben because I had toured so much with him, and I just, randomly DM'd him, and he said, yeah, let's do it.
Wow. Now, how does that work when you're at the level of that Ben is, where he's had a lot of success, and you're still, you're still coming out? Did a label have to get involved? Were there agents? Did it get really muckety muck, or was it just kind of a Ben going, yeah, shoot, yeah, let's do this? And did you send him some stems, and then he sent you back the vocal? How did that all come together?
Well, the best part of this whole story is that it was just completely artist to artist. There, because I don't have a label right now. I'm completely independent. So all I did was just message him directly, and I said, hey, I'm doing this cover. I'd love for you to sing on it if you're down. And he just responded back, yeah, let's do it. I love that song. And so he was in right away. And I had originally cut vocals by myself, but then Ben calls me up and he says, I can do that. I can copy and paste everything that you've done and it'll sound cool. Or you could fly to me on tour and we can record the vocals on the tour bus, because if we record the vocals at the same time in the same room, I think there's going to be a whole new level of magic to the song. And that's what he did for his last album. He was telling me on the other collaborative songs he did, he would actually, bring the artists in and sing together, because it really does create a whole different vibe.
Okay. Wow. Very,
Yeah.
very cool. Now, you mentioned, going on a tour with different artists and stuff like that. I know you toured with Whitesnake. Are you still tight with David Coverdale? He lives here in Reno.
I actually did not know that. I haven't seen him since that tour, but he was such a class act, the nicest guy. I remember on the very last day of that tour, he gave me like a bottle of champagne and a thank you for being on this tour with us.
Got a bottle of Jack
And I will
Daniels from what I
always remember that
understand.
tour. The bottle of Jack Daniels came from my tour manager, and so the two together was just not great.
Little much, but you made it out of the hotel alive. Not necessarily in one piece, but you made it out alive. I heard you had to get wheeled out in the cart and
No,
shoved in.
yeah, oh yeah, he had to wheel me out in the luggage cart, but I made it on that plane, so I never made that exact mistake ever again. So lesson learned.
You also did a really killer debut with Tommy Vex from Bad Wolves. Obviously, at the time, you guys were label mates. Did you have a relationship with Tommy pre or post during that whole thing? How that whole thing come together?
I actually had never met him or anyone in Bad Wolves prior to being asked to sing on the song. So
Wow.
it came through my label, and they said, hey, we just signed this new band. They're called Bad Wolves. It was at the very inception of their project, I would say. And they sent me Hear Me Now, and I heard the song, and I thought, yeah, this would be awesome. I'd love to go do it. So the day that I went to go record vocals and record the music video for the song was the day that I met Tommy. And then
Wow.
after that, we toured together extensively, singing the song every night on stage. And yeah, but no, beforehand, I didn't actually know them at all.
That's really cool because you guys sounded like you had been singing together for years. Your voices meshed so well with that. So you captured some lightning in a bottle.
Yeah, and that's part of the magic of recording the vocals in the same room, on the same mic, on the same day.
Yeah. Diamante, tell me, kind of a day in the life of Diamante. What does that look like, especially during COVID? What do you do first thing in the morning? I'm
I was
curious.
going to say, like pre-COVID-19 or no. I like to get up and maybe go for a run outside. I love exercising. For me, that's always been something that keeps me grounded and keeps me cool.
Mm.
I try to write, like during this whole pandemic, I've been writing as much as possible. So I might do like a Zoom writing session that day, or I'll just write on my own that day. I go to college as well, and I'm taking online courses.
Okay.
So I'll do like school online, or I'll be doing schoolwork, and and I try to go outside and like right now, and get that vitamin D. A new hobby that I've picked up during this is hiking, because it's one of the only things you can do. So I love going outside into nature, and it's been, I'm just trying to make the best out of the situation.
Well, listen, now that your manager, Adam, and I know each other, if you feel like getting the hell out of Dodge and taking a road trip up to Tahoe, you have a friend here now, and I'm more than welcome to show you around our beautiful lake in our area. You want to get in a damn good hike, there are some great hiking places up around
Oh, that's
Tahoe.
awesome.
So, for sure. What's your favorite breakfast cereal?
Ooh, good question. Love Captain Crunch. So
Captain
good.
Crunch,
It's always the sugary ones. I always like Trix. Like I like the commercials for the Trix cereal. And Reese's, not Reese's Peak, it's Reese's Puffs.
It's sacrilegious for me to say this, but I've never been a big Reese's peanut butter cup fan. I can't do the peanut butter and chocolate. I don't know why. But are you a wine fan?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I'm not a wine connoisseur. I don't know a whole lot about wine, but I do like it.
So the next time that I see you, when the whole touring thing, after this whole COVID thing gets wrapped up, I will bring you a bottle of wine from the guy who invented Captain Crunch, believe it or not.
No way.
Yeah,
that would be so rad.
He makes a stellar wine, and I'll remember that, and I'll bring you that bottle.
Awesome.
So this is an interesting question. I've often thought about this because there's a lot of women in rock. It goes way back to the Runaways and certainly even before that, and folks like Lizzie Hale and stuff. Male rock stars have got a lot of groupies, right, in the music world. It's kind of notorious. How is it for a woman in rock? Do you have a lot of groupies hanging out after the show, and does it ever get creepy?
I don't have groupies. I'm so wholesome when I'm on tour. Like I would rather just go back. After I play, I love watching the other bands perform. So I'm always, and then like I'll go back to my box, as I call it, because like the box truck, the bandwagon, and we'll play like video games and Uno with my band, or we'll watch like Lord of the Rings or Harry Potter, and so it's very much wholesome like that. Like we're not doing drugs. It's not really like that for me.
Not into the party scene. That's cool, but it does kind of.
I do like my tequila though.
I was going to say
show.
That leads me to my next question. What's your current drink of choice? Is it the tequila? Is that the one that speaks to you the most?
It's been my all-time favorite, but I'm really getting into seltzers lately, like the Corona seltzers. They're so good.
White Claw.
But not a big White Claw fan, but I do like the Corona ones.
Okay, I keep seeing the Coronas coming up all over the place. How fitting in the age of coronavirus that the Corona seltzer is the one that's making the number, right? Okay, if I'm going to try a new tequila, maybe I haven't tried before, can you give me any tips?
Ooh, I always like Cazadores, silver. That's always a good one. Milagro, which one? Patron is pretty standard. Casamigos is actually probably my favorite out of all of them.
Love Casamigos.
Love it. Yeah.
I completely agree. Listen, I don't know if you're a Costco member at all, but if you are, the Costco Extra Age, the Extra Añejo that they've got out right now, it's a recent release, and it comes in a round, tall bottle. It's $19.99 a bottle, and it is by far the best tequila for the money I've ever had in my entire life.
Awesome.
So you got to look for that. One more question for you, and then I'll let you get back to sunbathing or doing whatever you're going to do. I'll let you get into your next Zoom writing session. Outside of rock music as a genre, what's your guilty musical pleasure? What do you like to listen to when you're just not in the songwriting mode or rocking out?
Disney music.
Really?
I actually, I love Disney. And so I'll listen to Disney songs. I listen to all different kinds of music. And so I will have days where I only want to listen to like really mellow acoustic stuff or alternative, or sometimes like it's the most bubblegum 2000s pop you can think of, because I grew up on a lot of it. Yeah. So it really depends on the mood, but I am a hardcore Disney fan. So.
That's cool. Yeah. And with, you're a great singer, and with the last name of Bovelli, have you ever thought about pursuing opera, or if Disney asked you to sing on a Disney new animated movie, would that be an honor for you to do?
Blue hair, and she like is a rock star on the side, but she's also a princess. I
Uh-huh.
would, or a superhero. I would totally do that.
All right. Very cool. Diamante, congratulations on the new single with Ben. Are you raising
Thank you.
any proceeds to go toward anything? Are you able to make a little bit of money because it's really difficult not being able to tour off this particular song? How can people support you right now?
Well, right now I'm actually partnering with a really cool organization called Sweet Relief. I'm putting on a live stream concert on the 25th. It feels good to give back and at least do that, you know. But as far as helping me, I mean, you know, get your ticket for the Diamante Rock Fiesta. Come hang out with me. Have your taco.
Yeah, and I notice you are a big fan of tacos. I've seen the tacos in a lot of your videos.
Oh yeah, I am a taco fanatic. I love it.
Okay, one more time because you kind of broke up on me. Where can somebody find the link to go and check out the live stream?
To check out the live stream, you can go to store.thisisdiamante.com. Or if you just go to my website and click on the merch tab, it'll redirect you to all the links for merchandise, tickets, virtual meet and greets. So it's going to be cool.
Okay, we'll put that link in the video here below. Thanks again for your time. Really appreciate it. Looking wonderful as
awesome
always.
talking to you again. Thank you so much.
Can't wait to see you again in person, Diamante. Have a great rest of your day and enjoy the weekend.
You too. Thank you for having me. I'll see you later.